Hello everyone, good evening. Today we are going to start with SOAPUI. Okay, so it's very important. We were discussing last 2 weeks with API testing, application interface testing, popularly known as backend testing. Okay, testing has genuinely mainly of two types, like automation testing and manual testing. We already discussed at the very beginning of our course with manual testing. How does it work? How we can test softwares manually. And in the second part, we have seen how we can test our web application, especially the front end web application, using test automation tools like Selenium WebDriver, and we already did it using Selenium with Java. We have also discussed about TestNG framework and BDD Cucumber framework. And as I mentioned before, framework has two types. One is inbuilt framework, that is built in. It comes with Java, all right, with the tools. And another one is user-defined framework, that is data-driven framework, hybrid framework, and so on. And we have also discussed and practiced how we can test front-end testing or web application testing, UI, okay, using robot framework. All right, and as we have seen, robot framework is completely keyword driven, not even data driven. Okay, and when we work with keyword and data together, we call it hybrid framework. All right. And we have also discussed so far how we can also test the graphical user interface, I mean web application, using Selenium with Python. So we have already done with front-end testing, and now we are working with back-end testing. Here we are in API testing, okay? And we have seen how we can test API with Postman. Postman is a free open source tool which is used for testing web services APIs. Postman is available in two forms: standalone application and Chrome browser plugin. Chrome browser plugin is less used, so we didn't discuss with it, but I have shown you how we can test web services API with standalone application. You can download it and just click next, and it will be installed on your operating system, and you can start working. Please check the previous video if you already forget it how to do it. But one important thing, you have to always practice at least 1 to 2 hours every single day if you want to understand and excel on it. Okay, and we already understand what is endpoint and URI. Okay, this is endpoint and this is URI. Okay, after the endpoint we have also some parameters, and these are called URI. Okay, parameter and query string, this is parameters, and after question mark that are query string. Okay, so header is additional detail about an API, and we already know what is API. If you forget it, please go and Google what is an API. API is nothing but application interface. All right, and you can also mostly we are dealing get requests, post requests, deletes, and update requests. We call puts. Okay, and demo APIs, you can work on it. We work on it already. And what is collection? It's a group of API requests that can be stored and saved in logical arrangement. And we have seen how we can create collection, how we can create folder inside collections, and arrange requests inside the collections, and how to run collections and analyze the results. And we have also seen variable. Variable is nothing but a container where we can store our data or information. Why? So that we can reuse the values at multiple places, multiple times, to avoid repetition, to avoid rework, tiresome rework when value changes, right? And we will discuss a little more about the end of the course again, but you can just go through this information and check the previous video, and how we can get variable. I will show you again later. We know all these things. And creating tests on Postman, I have shown it. Please check the video. And we also already discussed about API testing. Now we have very good exposure on API testing with REST Assure. That is also open source automation tool. You have to practice a lot to understand all these things, and I will request you to understand REST API concept and example. Please visit this video. I send it through your Skype classroom, or you can just type it in the YouTube. It is only 15 minutes video, and it will give you a very good idea. And requirements for REST Assured, we have to have Java development kit on our operating system, then Eclipse IDE, TestNG, Maven, Jenkins. Creating Maven project, we know how to do it, and we need in our pom.xml file all these jar files or dependencies. Okay, 5 dependencies. And I have sent it in Skype classroom. Please just copy and paste into your pom.xml file. Where can we get dependencies? We can get all necessary dependencies at npmrepository.com. Always, whatever you want. Okay, for IT related project and tools, you can find each and every dependency on npmrepository.com. Is there a website for REST Assure? Yes. please visit www.rest-assured.io. And creating Maven project, we know how to do it. This was our first project, and here is our code. Okay, just practice it, type it. Okay, until or unless you type it, you write it, you will not understand it, believe me. Okay, so you have to practice it at least 3 times. 5 times good, 10 times better. And this was our second project. Okay, so just practice it and you will seriously learn it. If you just can understand these 2 practice lessons, you are good to go for framework with rest assured. And in the next coming classes, we are going to see how we can create very robust and excellent framework with rest assured. Okay, designing rest assured framework. There are 2 objectives for any framework design. One is reusability, another one is maintainability. So there are 2 types of framework, as I told you before. Again, this is also very important interview questions. One is predefined framework, testing detailing, cucumber, robot framework, etc. These are predefined framework. Okay, and user-defined framework are data-driven framework, key-driven framework, and hybrid framework. Okay, so if you can do it, you can also do it too. Hybrid approach, rest assured, TestNG, Maven, Jenkins, GitHub, we will work on it. Okay, this is hybrid because it's combination of rest assured and TestNG. Okay, implementation of automation framework, implementation or development, then execution and maintenance. These 3 very important. This is also interview question. Can you tell me a little bit about implementation of automation framework? Then you have to say we have to implement or develop the test. You have to create the folder structure, then you have to write the test script. Okay, you have to create the skeleton, then you have to write the script step by step, following the test steps. Okay, then once you're done with coding or developing the script, then what we have to do, we have to execute the test, and finally we have to maintain it. Okay, we have to check it. Once something has been changed, we have to change a little bit, then again execute, and you have to maintain it. You have to make it more robust. Okay, so implementation and development, create Maven project, update from XML, create folder structure. These are implementation and development. Write the codes. Okay, then folder structure usually will be like this. You will have a project name, then base package, test cases, utilities, logs, reports, pom.xml, then testing XML file. Okay, so in the next class we will be working on it again. Today we are going to discuss with very important tool, that is SOAPUI. Okay, SOAPUI, very important tool. Rest assured is very important. And SOAPUI also. Postman is actually manual testing tool for API testing, but it will be a big help if you understand how to deal with it. It will help to find the header, content body, code status, okay, and many things, a lot of things, content type, whatever, length, etc. So what is SOAPUI? SOAPUI is the leading open source cross-platform API testing tool. It is API testing tool. It's a tool. SOAPUI allows testers to execute automated functional, regression, compliance, and load tests on different web API. Mostly, it's our duty to check the functional testing, sometimes regression, but we don't test compliance and load test. To do it, the company has different types of testers, like load testers, security testers, and so on. SOAPUI supports all the standard protocols and technologies to test all kinds of APIs. Okay, so it was even a couple months before, it was just a manual testing tool, but SOAPUI nowadays they support also automation tool. Web services overview. What is the difference between REST and SOAP? We have already talked about REST API, right? Representational state transfer, and we already work with REST assured. Okay, and now we are going to work with SOAP. Web services are of two kinds. One is simple object access protocol. There is SOAP that we are going to learn, and representational state transfer we already work on it. SOAP, define SOAP means you have to remember simple object access protocol. Simple object access protocol defines a standard communication protocol, set of rules, okay? A specification for XML based message exchange. We know what is XML. XML is readable file, readable format, whatever we have seen in TestNG, how we can generate XML file or readable file. Okay, so SOAP uses different transport protocols such as HTTP and SMTP. Now you can check on Google what is HTTP and SMTP if you forget already. What is SOAPUI? We already discussed. And what are the advantages of SOAPUI? It's a very important question in the interview. It's very advantageous because we can do functional testing, security testing, performance and load testing. It supports both SOAP and REST services. Okay, we did REST services with REST assured. We are going to do SOAP services with SOAPUI, but at the same time we can also do REST services with SOAPUI tool. For security testing and performance testing, the company has different test engineers, so you don't need to think about it. Okay, you are not going to work on it, but you are going to work on functional testing. You know what is functional testing. Functional testing includes integration testing, smoke testing, sanity testing, right? Regression testing. Okay, what else? Retesting, end-to-end testing. These are functional testing. Okay. SOAPUI is available in two forms. One is SOAPUI Pro license. You have to buy single license at $5.99 per year, and if you work in a team, you have to pay I think $4,190 per year. And SOAPUI, we have also open source community. That's enough for us. It will cover 80% or 90%, and for just 10% you have to pay. If you understand this will enough. Almost same, but Pro version gives you exact result 100%. It might sometimes slip. Okay. How to install SOAPUI? You have to go to soapui.org, download SOAPUI HTML. Okay, then version 5. We can just go to Google and just write SOAPUI download right here. Okay, and this is pro version. Pro version is called also ready API. Okay, when you click here, it will take you to SOAPUI. Company's name is Smart Beer, and you have to put SOAPUI Pro. You have to put your names, and you can get it for, I think, 14 days without payment, but after 14 days you have to pay. Okay, if you go for community version, you can just go to community, and you can watch the video tutorials also if you want. Okay, then let's go back. Download SOAPUI open source. You don't need to pay it, just go and download in and click in, and it will give you this kind of user interface. Okay, and just click here and it will open the SOAPUI tool. It's supported by Smart Beer company. Okay, and we are using 5.5.0 version. I think now it has gone to 5.9 or 6.7. All right. Then what you have to do, we have to create SOAP project first, then create test suite, then test case, and we have to run it in SOAPUI testing tool. Okay, to do it we need WSDL. This one is WSDL. Okay, this is what, just a minute. This is endpoint, right? URL, and this is called URI. Okay, and we have with it WSDL, 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 and the developers will give us this WSDL, okay, URL, and using this we have to test with SOAPUI. Okay, so what is WSDL? It is web service description language, and it will come with XML. You know XML, how does it come? I will show you. And WSDL is a plugin. You can download it from Chrome browser. It's not necessary, but if you download it even before you run the test, you can see how many APIs are there. Okay, you can download it. I don't use it, but if you want to use it, you can use it. But it can be an interview question. Why do you use WSDL plugin? Okay, we use WSDL plugin. Why? Just to, before we test, just to check how many APIs are there. Okay, it will show you web services APIs in the WSDL document. Okay, now I copy this WSDL link. Okay, then you can check on Google without using this SOAPUI tool. Okay, how? Let me show you. Just paste here and press enter, and it will give you, this is XML. Okay, this is a WSDL. You see WSDL, and in XML file. Okay, all right, now let's go to SOAPUI tool. Just I want to expand it. Okay, Now you see there is nothing in the project, it's empty. So you see here is SOAP and REST. We tested REST APIs using REST Assure test automation tool. Now we are going to test what? We are going to test SOAP. SOAP, okay? What is SOAP? Can you remember? It's right here. What is SOAP? You have to remember this, okay? What is WADL? What is WSDL? You have to remember. Okay. And what is SOAP? Can you remember? Here is Simple Object Access Protocol. Okay. Simple Object Access Protocol. And we are using what? We are using Wisdom. Wisdom means Web Service Description Language. These are interview questions. What is Wisdom? What is WSDL? Web Service Description Language. It comes with XML. Okay. So now we are going to create SOAP project using WSDL. What is WDSL? I showed you the link. Okay, so you can create your Wisdom SOAP project just from here. Okay, SOAP project, new SOAP project. You can click and start from here, and you can also create your project from here, new SOAP project, and start creating here. And I usually do from 8 because it's easier. Okay, I don't need to click several times, just one time. Okay, so and we can come here, just put the Wisdom. Okay, you see when you put the Wisdom, okay, initial Wisdom, the name of the project is popping up. You can rename it or you can keep the name. I will name it calculator. Okay, calculator SOAP project. Right? And this link, Wisdom link, will be given, initial Wisdom will be given by the developers. You don't need to worry about it. Or they might give you the XML documents. If they provide you XML documents, they will provide in a document. Just transfer them into your operating system and just click here and say, for example, go to your, if it is on your any file, you just bring from them. Okay, and just bring it here, then just click on open and it will bring it. Okay, usually most of the time they will provide you this because it's easy. Okay, so click on OK SOAP project and it will be created here, calculator SOAP project. Now you see we have calculator SOAP project. This is one APIs. Okay, add API, divide API, multiple subtract. Okay, and it has two versions. This is one version and this is another version. Now we have to first test the first version, then maybe the second version. So just delete it, and after we test it, if we find any issues, we will let the developers know. and we know the status code, right? 200 is the get request, and 201 is post. Okay, and if it is 400 something, 400 4400 401 405 whatever, this is bad. Bad means it's not functioning well. If it is 500 something, then this is too bad, it's not working. Okay, so our status code is 200 201. Okay, so always remember, then just delete it, because we are not going to test the second version. We're going to test with the first version. Okay, later on maybe with the second version. I will delete it. Okay, now inside it, these are wisdom, right? Because we bring it using the wisdom. Okay, and these are APIs. Okay, there are 4 APIs, and we have to test each and every API whether they are functioning well, they are giving exactly record. When we are typing 50 plus 50, it's returning 100. When we are dividing 500 with 5, it's giving us 100 result exactly. Okay, if these APIs, when we test, can give us exact result, okay, good result, when we test it process, that means this calculator, this software will work exactly. Okay, so now what we are going to do, just choose the calculator. So okay, what is it? So wisdom, right button click. Okay, then we are going to generate test suites. Okay, we create a project, then we are going to create a test suite. Now what is test suite? Very popular interview question. Test suite, again and again I'm telling you, test suite contains multiple test cases. Inside a test suite, there are multiple test cases. There can be 2, there can be 5, there can be 50, there can be 100, can be 1,000 if you are working in big project like Amazon.com, Alibaba.com, Facebook.com, Google.com, and so on. Okay, generate test suite, just click here and it will generate a test suite. Now, test suite style, we have 2 styles. One is one test case for each operation. For each operation, add, divide, multiple, there will be only one test case. This 4 API will be in just one test case. If I choose this one, in single test case with one request for each operation, there will be just one operation. Okay, we will see how it does differ. Let's work with this first. Okay, just choose the create, then choose the first one test case. There will be one test case, but for each operation there will be 4 test steps. In one test case there will be test case 1, test case 2, 3, 4. But if we choose this, there will be test case, and within the test case there will be, these 4 will be one test case. There will be 4, there will be 1. So I choose this one, then just you have to choose this one if you don't want to work in this test case with multiply and subtract, just uncheck it. But if you want to keep all everything, you want to work together, you can keep it. Okay, then click, and test suite name, if you want to change it, you can change it, but I want to keep the same. Okay, when I click, you see test suite will be created here. This is test suite. Now you see test suite. Now when I run it, you see there are 4 test cases. One test case, this is pass, green means pass. Okay, now just go back and you see test case has been written automatically for us. When we created test suites, test case has been written automatically for us. We don't need to write any test case here. Alright, who did it? SOAPUI did it. Okay, so easy, so simple. Don't make it complicated. Just practice several times and you will be okay. Okay, SOAPUI tool is so easy, so straightforward. Now, if you want to run one by one, just now double click here. You see, add is here. You see, I can even double click and I can bring this API. This API is test step 1. Okay, this is addition, and we have divide, multiply, subtract. We have 4 API. Now it's only returns what? XML, right? XML. No, XML. Always remember, when I will run it, actually this will the response. This is a request. Okay, we are requesting this, sending request, and response will be printed here. Okay, so now if I make a maximize, okay, maximize. Now you see here is question mark. In the question mark you have to put the input. Okay, addition, what do you want to add? So I want to add, so for example, 500 and 300. Okay, and when I will send request means when I will submit request. Okay, run means when I will submit request to specified endpoint URL. Okay, this is URL. Okay, endpoint URL. Okay, and it will print the response here. Okay, so I submit and I can see the response is 800. Okay, so we have tested this addition API software in the backend, whether this calculated addition option API is working fine or not. Okay, now it's giving us result 800, means this software is okay. Okay, say for example now I put just 120. What is our expected result will be? 120, 120, right? So it's 120. Now how you can check to make sure that it's exactly what we are seeing is correct? To do it, we always do assertion, validation, verification in test engine. In some other test we have done in Selenium with Python and Selenium with Java. Now in SOAPUI it's really easy. You see, here is assertions. Just click here and it will give you assertion button and an assertion to this item. Click on plus button and it will give you some assertion point. Okay, you can assert. So how we can? So mostly we do 99% with property contents. If the property contains with, just double click here or single click, it will open this box and we will write 120 here. We are asserting, we are checking that it contains 120. Okay, 100 plus 20 is 120, and when I okay, session already showing green means already passed. Okay, so okay, so it become pass. And now you see our test has become pass, it has become green. Pass. Okay. Now go to next. Go to next. Still it is not green because we didn't test it. Okay. Go to divide. Okay. Go to divide and click on divide. The same way you can divide 100 by 2, expected result will be 50. So run it and we see there is 50. And now you can assert the same way. Just click here and click on the button and go to property content contains, then click on add and put here 50. If you put 51, the session failed. Okay, red means fail. This test failed. Okay, so to pass it, what do we have to do? We have to contain fail, so we have to change it. We have to do it with 50, and now it will pass. Now you see this test has been passed. Then go to multiply, same way, double click, multiply, you can click on it. Okay, multiply, say for 20 into 5, expected result will be, response will be 100, right? 20 into 5 is 100. Now you can assert, just click on this button, property content contains, then click on add and just write this, it contains 100. Okay, so it has now passed. And go to subtract the same way, double click, then click on subtract, and 500 subtraction 100 and expected will be 400. Alright, here is 400. Now same way you can assert, click on assert button, assert, and property content contains, then add, and here is 400. Okay, alright, and assertion pass. Now what we can do, now we can close each and every window, and now even we can right button click, now we can run our tests. We already check it, everything passed, so we can run it here. This is add, right? And this is divide. And this is multiplication. Alright, I think you understand it. If you understand this so far, okay, and you will understand each and everything. That's all actually. If you understand this, you will understand each and everything. Now I'm giving you an about documentation Okay, after you test, you have to document. Just go to test case, right button click, go to suite, test suite. Okay, then go to project and import there are a lot of things you can check, okay, but we don't need each and everything. We have to now generate documentation, so I go to the wisdom, okay, not test suite, then just go to generate documentation. So what you can do, just go to browser, okay, just where you want to save it, just choose it. Like I want to choose SOAPUI report, separate example. Inside the SOAPUI report, I create a folder and I just like calculator report. Okay, so create a report and open and just click OK, and the report has been saved there. You see, when I save it on my computer, it's also showing us the report in detail. Okay, now you can send your boss this report, detailed report. Okay, web service on calculator. Does SOAPUI work? Very straightforward. Okay, if you understand it, you are good enough. Now I'm giving you some assignments. Work with this, okay, and work with this one. Okay, practice. Thank you very much. That's all for today. See you in the next class. But before you come to next class, make sure you download and install SOAPUI tools and you practice it.